We met the next day as arranged and inspected the rooms at number 221B, Baker Street. That very evening, I moved my things in, and on the following morning, Sherlock Holmes moved in as well. Holmes was certainly not a difficult man to live with, but as the weeks went by, my interest in him and my curiosity as to his aims in life gradually deepened and increased. I even took a pencil and jotted down the various skills which he was exceptional in. I could not help smiling at the document when I had completed it. It ran this way: Sherlock Holmes, his limits. Knowledge of literature, nil. Philosophy, nil. Astronomy, nil. Politics, feeble. Botany, variable. Geology, practical but limited. Knowledge of chemistry, profound. Anatomy, accurate but unsystematic. Sensational literature, immense. Plays the violin well. Is an excellent single stick player, boxer, and swordsman. Has a good practical knowledge of British law. If I can only find what the fellow is driving at by reconciling all these accomplishments and discovering a calling which needs them all. It seems he has many acquaintances who come 3 or 4 times a week. Whenever these individuals put in an appearance, Holmes begs for the use of the sitting room, and I would retire to my bedroom. He would apologize and say it was his place of business and they were his clients. What ineffable twaddle! I never read such rubbish in my life.
What is it?
Why this article? I don't deny it is smartly written. It irritates me, though. It is the theory that this person can deduce any one thing in the seclusion of their study. It is not practical. I should like to see him stuck in a carriage and asked to give the jobs of all his fellow travelers. I would bet 1,000 to 1 against him.
You would lose your money. As for the article, I wrote it myself.
You?
Yes, I have my own job. The only one in the world. I'm a consulting detective. When there are any detectives who are at fault, they come to me, and I manage to put them on the right scent. They lay all the evidence before me, and I am generally able to set them straight. Lestrade, who was one of my acquaintances, is a well-known detective. He got himself stuck in a forgery case, which brought him here.
So without leaving your room, you can unravel some knot which other men can make nothing of, although they have seen every detail for themselves?
Quite so. Now and again a case turns up, which I have to see things with my own eyes. You know, you appeared to be surprised when I told you that you had come from Afghanistan.
You were told, no doubt.
No, I knew you came from Afghanistan. You seem to be the medical type, with the air of a military man. Clearly an army doctor, then. You had just come from the tropics, since your face was dark, and your wrists were fair. Your haggard face showed the hardship and sickness you had undergone. Your left arm had been injured, for you held it in a stiff and unnatural manner. Where in the tropics could an English army doctor have seen much hardship and got his arm wounded? Afghanistan.
This fellow may be very clever, but he is certainly very conceited.
I know well that I have it in me to make my name famous. No man lives, or has ever lived, who has brought the same amount of study and of natural talent to the detection of crime which I have done. The result? No crime to detect, or, at most, some clumsy villainy, with a motive so transparent that even a Scotland Yard official can see through it.
I wonder what that fellow is looking for.
You mean the retired surgeon of Marines?
Brag and bounce. He knows I cannot verify his guess.
For Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
May I ask what your job may be?
Commissioner, sir. Uniform away for repairs.
And you were?
A sergeant, sir. Royal Marine Light Infantry, sir.